and we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie JusDueBoxing is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. JusDueBoxing be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel, it's just embarrassing. My dog just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top to just to feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't want to talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats would tell lies, then they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah, yo. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Do, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the family. What's going on this good Wednesday? We back to get boxing. It's Just Do. You know how we do over here. We taking over the airways for the next couple hours, man. Y'all catch this on the playback. Y'all already know. Come join the family. Sub to the channel. Smash that like button. And turn them notifications on, man. And come rock out with your boy. We got some interesting things going on in the sport of boxing today, man. And if you've been paying attention and you've been seeing the same things I've been seeing, I said the walls was gonna close in, whether that's a good or a bad thing. I think the walls closing in on boxing is a good thing, and closing in on decisions being made. I know it's a lot of mixed reactions, but I'm really not into complaining about the potential of good fights coming up. So it's a lot going on, man. We definitely gonna talk about it today, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Y'all punch the like button out on the way in. Let me say what's up to the family that's in here so far. D1, what's good, my bro? How you feeling? So Devin can say what he wants. The only reason he wanted to stay undisputed, which he's not anymore, is because he knows he can lose against Regis and want the undisputed to fall back on. Yeah, man, that's real, D1. Salute to you, Brody. Skywalker Boxing, my bro, was good with it. He said the voice in the chat. Salute, Undercard Boxing. Salute, Brody. Said the end of the Haney era. We gonna talk about it. Edgar Chavez jersey is in the building. What's good, my bro? Jose Diaz is in the building. You fishing? My brother, we toured out. Oh, yeah, man, enjoy that, man. Salute to Jose. Undercard Boxing. EJ, the Truth. Spence Jr., the fan page was good, my bro. Yes, sir. He's still the truth. Win, lose, or draw. You know what I mean? Much respect to him. Appreciate you, my bro. Showing up on the double duty. Mark Quay, what's good, family? How you feeling, bro? How y'all bros feeling this good Wednesday? Here to talk a little bit of boxing, man. Y'all know how we do. LaMarcus, what's going on, family? How you feeling, bro? Someone will be champion in 2023 at 135. Somebody else, man. That's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. So look, man, we just gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about it. Gonna have us a good conversation, and we're gonna spin up out this joint. We're gonna talk about this. I just want to know who is Tank fighting, and it should be Shakur. That's the fight I would like to make for LOMACHENKO, but they're fighting each other, right? Right, man. It's interesting. To see how everything gonna shake out and who that leaves Tank to fight next, right? That's why, you always got to be open to things changing and circumstances changing that would lead to certain fights being available or not being available, right? So this is where we at, man. I can't wait to see what's next for Tank Davis for sure, because it's always gonna be something exciting. It's gonna be must-see TV. He when he fight, it's an event. It's not a fight. It's an event. But from what we know now today is, like I've been saying all along, the walls are going to close in, and we're going to find out exactly who want to fight and who don't want to fight. That goes for everybody. That's not just for one weight class. That's not just for one fighter. That's not for a couple weight classes or a couple fighters. That's for everybody. That's for boxing. That's for all fighters. Walls are closing in. Decisions are going to have to be made. And like I said, man, I think these decisions being made are going to lead directly to great fights as long as people want smoke. You get what I'm saying? So what we know today, I'm going to pull this little post up. I think it's female Lopez. They've been quiet. They've been quiet. We're going to find out. That's for sure. Right. I would love that fight. I would love to see it. Chop was good with a chop. Absolutely it would be, yo. It'd be a dope fight. It'd be a good ass fight, man. Sooner or later, dude close in. You get what I'm saying, Jose? It'll be an extra level Tank needing in his career. It'll be fun to watch that, bro. I love to watch it. That'll be must-see TV, bro. Tank versus Lopez, T.O. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the, the big win that he's coming off of. It'll be his opportunity to strike while the iron hot and potentially build off of what was a great win, which was the best win of his career thus far. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be fun to see how everything continue to come together, man, and what fights get made first. But first things first, we definitely gonna deal with this WBC situation. The champion recess will make him no longer undisputed because the WBL put him in recess too. Talk to him. D1 is looking spooky. Some people are mad because they feeling like they're essentially stripping them of the title. I'm not really going like delve into the politics side of it. Like, it just is what it is. At the end of the day, there's still opportunity for them. Like, they're allowing you to go fight Regis, and then you have an opportunity at the strap when you come back down. Let me pull this post up real quick, and we're gonna cook on it. But this is what it is right here, man. For people that don't know, let me bring everybody up to speed. The WBC has now made Devin Haney lightweight champion in recess as he's moving up to challenge WBC super lightweight world champion Regis Prograis next. You get what I'm saying? So they're naming him the champion in recess while allowing him to go up to 140 and fight Regis Prograis. A lot of people are already making, fuss and whine and why would they, strip on this and that. At the end of the day, he still got an opportunity to come back down there and fight for that same title. And all it is you just going to either, based on what we do know, you get what I'm saying? WBC plans to order Shakur Stevenson versus the highest ranked contender. Currently, the highest ranked contender is VASYL Lomachenko for the vacant WBC lightweight world title, and will then offer Haney the chance to fight the winner on a 50-50 split if he returns to lightweight after the Prograis fight. You get what I'm saying? So, some people might have an issue in terms of the way they moved in this situation as far as making him a champion in recess. People probably don't like it, but essentially that's what he was doing anyway, right? he wasn't going to defend those titles at this point anyway, if he's to fight Regis Prograis, right? So just follow me for a second. Just, you might not like the process in which they move, but just think about something. It's essentially what he was going to do anyway. We know he wasn't fighting Shakur Stevenson next with the 25% thing. You get what I'm saying? Stevenson made the only move that he could make was have his team contact the sanctioning bodies. They contacted the WBC and the WBO to try to negotiate. I told people from that point, the ball is back over in Haney's court. And I said this, he got a decision to make. They're either going to negotiate for something different than the initial offer, or he's going to fight Regis Prograis. And when he mentioned that he contacted Eddie Hearn about Regis Prograis, that told me exactly what he was going to do. So all of this, the 25%, like I've been saying all along, no disrespect to nobody, in my opinion, my humble, honest opinion, y'all know I'm always honest with y'all, it was a smokescreen. You never was going to fight him at that particular moment. You wasn't going to fight him next because he wasn't in your plans. Not because you are ducking him, not because you are scared of him. He just wasn't in your plans initially. You get what I'm saying? So you went with what your initial plans was. You to go up to 140 and test the waters out. I mean, he been essentially telling us this anyway. He said he would go up there, test the waters, and come back down. He pretty much said the same thing more recently to Shakur. Relax, gangster. You know, I'm going to go up to 140, and then I'll come back down to 35 too. Gangster, that's what he said to him. So I don't see what the big deal is. The big fuss is that, you know, they're allowing somebody to fight for a title instead of the whole division being held up because you're not sure whether you want to stay at 35 or 40. You understand what I'm saying? So in essence, you get to go fight the guy that you said you was going to fight. You get to stand on business there, win, lose, or draw. You then have an opportunity to come back down, and you have first dibs on that belt, which is what you essentially saying you was going to do anyway. You saying you'll come back down and fight Shakur anyway. So you told him to relax. Stop crying to the WBC. You coming back down to fight him. You'll come back down. You get what I'm saying? So I don't see what the big deal is. You get what I'm saying? You either gonna fight the Lomachenko in a rematch, which some people wanted to see you fight anyway, or you're gonna fight Shakur, which people definitely want to see you fight. So I think it's all good how things is playing out, and you know, I'm gonna double down. People don't see it that way, right? They don't, because they just want something to complain about. All it does is allow Shakur and Loma fight to be more meaningful, right? Because it'll be for a title. So they'll fight for a vacant WBC title if that's the two. But then when he comes back down, he's right in line to get his shot right back at his title. It would almost be essentially the same thing. You get what I'm saying? And if you're so confident that you can beat this guy, you shouldn't have no problems beating Regis Prograis up, outboxing, box his ears off for 12 rounds, because that's what everybody's saying you're going to do, because he look like food. Then you'll go back down to 135 and beat Shakur up, like you said. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. They do. They do tend to go to different weight classes when they about to get stripped. Big Texas was good with it, fam. Ghost was good, bro. How you feeling, man? You say glad the WBC did the right thing. Teach was good with it. Do you think Dev's come back to fight Shakur beats Loma? No, I don't either. Ghost said the WBC mandatory. Hasn't been fought in 4 years. Sick and tired of these trashing government bodies robbing fighters. Next up, strip Charlo. Listen, I feel you, man. I feel you. I feel you. The politics game is a dirty game. Mike, my bro, what's good with it? Mike, how you feeling? But again, this is why I tell people to be patient when it comes to the sport of boxing. Why? Because we never have all of the answers, right? And when you don't have all of the answers, it leave you with some things that, you know, some questions. So in this situation, I told people I thought Shakur was being smart when he didn't take 25%. Regardless of what anybody else said, I felt like he was being smart. So now you fast forward to today, it looks like the young man, Shakur Stevenson, was playing chess when everybody else was playing checkers. Seemed like they wanted him to play checkers, and he decided to play chess. Why I say he played chess? Because simply, now just follow me. Everybody made a big deal out of that 25% offer and him not taking it, right? Made a big deal out of it. Won't he go petition to be the mandatory? Won't he go cry to Bob Arum? Won't he go to Top Rank? That ain't Dev that did it, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? All this complaining. He made the move, the one move that he could. He had his team contact the sanctioning bodies, and they were working behind the scene to try to negotiate a better split for him, right? So right on par right on par. He goes and they allow him today to go fight Regis Prograis, which is already what he had planned anyway. But by Shakur not taking 25% and making the only move he could make, that made him, at that point he started playing chess, because now I don't have to accept the first offer given to me, right? Not only that, you fast forward to now, you're about to fight Devin, you about to fight Regis Prograis. There's no problem there. But he's about to fight Lomachenko, which I hope that's the next fight. I hope that's the two they line up, or even Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson. Either way, what this conversation about it for me is the fact that I think Shakur played chess in this regard. I think he ended up being on the better side of this equation by not accepting the first offer that was given to him and being patient instead of desperate. You get what I'm saying? So again, fans was at home telling that grown-ass man what he should accept and what he should and how he should go about his business. So you fast forward to today, looks like he made the right move, because not only will he be able to fight a Lomachenko, if that guy is willing to fight, he'll have a common opponent. You get what I'm saying? And a potential shot at the guy that beat the guy. So I think he played chess, and it'll be a 50-50 split. So in essence, he'll be getting what he wanted. You get what I'm saying? He'll probably be coming off better than he ever could. And I think that was a smart move on his behalf. Patience is a virtue. He showed that. He displayed that. It's not about the rhetoric and the back and forth. Notice I'm not talking about nobody ducking, nobody, nothing. This is just how the business played out. People are going to complain because they don't like great fights. I love great fights. If Devin Haney is going to fight Regis Prograis, that's a great fight at 140 for the young king. He said he was going to fight him. He's going to be standing on businesses. No issue there. Lomachenko, they try to put you in position and move Shakur out the way. I would love to see y'all have to fight each other. So again, that'll be a great fight. And the winner of that, Devin Haney gets first dibs out of the winner. No matter what happens with him and Regis Prograis, when he comes back down to 135, he's right in shot, right in line for the same belt. So I don't really see the issue. I just see the possibility of great fights being made. Buckle up, Boxing Talk. What's good with it? I don't think so either, bro. I don't think you're coming back down either, though. I just don't, because it's just not going to be smart. Get what I'm saying? Again, I want to be clear, y'all. It's not. I don't see him going back down to 135 after he goes up to 140, because simply it just wouldn't be smart. It's not because he's ducking. It's not because he's scared. Because I think once he gets there, he's going to realize that it just don't make sense to try to then cut that weight when you already was struggling. You get what I'm saying? At 35. So I think once he go up, he stays up. And I have no issue with that. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I think Loma fights Shakur, maybe in a unification, high chance if he face Shakur, who had 4 losses, might as well go the WBO route. I feel you teach. If he don't, then he'll be essentially turning down an opportunity at a title to fight who? Somebody like Cambosis right now. Jonathan, what's good with it, fam? They gave Dev an out not to fight him. He said if he comes back down, they can do 50-50, and we know that's not happening. He ain't coming back down, bro. He ain't coming back down once he go up. God's self, my bro, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? Andrew Gray, what's good with it, Brody? Appreciate you stopping through. I have no problem with that. Moving up, me neither. Never come back, me neither, bro. I want to see him healthy when he in the ring. I don't want to see him compromise, because then that's just a built-in excuse if he so happens to lose, right? And I don't want that. You get what I'm saying? I want him to be wherever he is healthiest at, and make the fights, make the best fights possible. Dave, go do it. Because I'm not rooting on your downfall or nothing like that. But I know when it pertains to the Shakur Stevenson fight, I definitely want to see it soon as possible. You get what I'm saying? 10K was good with it. Is Dave going to vacate any belts? I think eventually he goes up and stays up. Dante, our Boxing Talk was good with it. I like 50-50. Not dogging and scared at all. The man simply too big for 135. Facts, buckle up. Facts. I don't like rhetoric and pushing narratives, right? So I don't like to put jackets on fighters, right? So I'm not going to do that with him or no other fighter. I just think he going to go where his body tells him to go, or he going to stay where his body is telling him he should be at. I see Hennessy was good with it, fam. Yeah, I don't see it. It's going to be too tough, right? You get what I'm saying? Now, I know he would like the 50-50 Shakur versus Haney. Yeah, I like it. And again, just call it what it is. Shakur ended up playing chess by not taking the first offer given to him. You get what I'm saying? And it allowed him to be in a very, very good position with some very good options. You get what I'm saying? All he got to do is stand on business, and whoever they line him up to fight for this belt, whether it be Loma or the very next guy up, which would be, I think, Frank Martin is after Loma. So if we could see Shakur Stevenson and LOMACHENKO, give it to me. If we could see Shakur Stevenson and a Frank Martin for a WBC strap, give it to me. You get what I'm saying? I just want to see great fights, 50-50 fights. And again, the walls are closing in on boxing, and people that's not making decisions, they're being made for them essentially. And, you know, I think it's going to be some real good outcomes out of these fights. You get what I'm saying? I definitely want to see, I want to see how Regis fare against a Devin Haney, being that he struggled mightily in his last fight, right? You get what I'm saying, with a guy that was boxing and moving. So I want to see how he'll do against a Devin Haney at 140. It'll be interesting. And think, if that's to be Devin Haney's first fight at 140, got to tip my hat to him, yo. Did not even warm up to the division. Don't acclimate or nothing. Just go right there and go right for the champion, right for the smoke, right for one of the top guys. Got to respect him for that. You get what I'm saying? Not doing 50-50, so fight's not happening. That's cool. Hey, it's cool. But I don't think the 50-50 will be as much as a determining factor as the weight will be, Jonathan. You get what I'm saying? I think the weight will be the determining factor, not the 50-50. Because he's taken less before, right? He's definitely taken less than 50-50 split for sure. So I don't think that'll be as much as of a determining factor as the weight will. I like the decision. I don't like seeing divisions held up. Right. And that's how you get more fights instead of guys waiting on the champ. That's all I'm saying, Dante. Like, I know it seemed like they slighted a guy, but at the end of the day, I feel like if they're still giving you the same opportunity to come back down and fight, then it's no harm, no foul. You get what I'm saying? That's what the champion in recess is all about. You're getting first dibs on that belt, no matter what happens with you and Regis, as long as you come back down. You get what I'm saying? So it'll be a great fight, Shakur versus Loma and Martin versus Keyshawn for Eliminator. Ace at IC, that'll be fun, bro. 35-147, about to get active. It's about to be good for next year. I'm telling you, it's going to be a good end to the year. Zach B, what's good with it, fan? Learned this week that the fighters fight for 36 minutes, but the fans fight just to fight. Yeah, they build narratives and fight over them. None of us had to deal with a win or a loss. Salute to you, Just. You already know, Zach B. Salute to you, bro. Ghost kind of look when Skyward have number called him. Oh, okay. This is a real boxing. No, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Talk to him. KB calls that shit straight down the middle. I appreciate you, D1. Always letting the people know, man. Because I'm not concerned. Like, narratives are corny. All it do is end up trying to slight a fighter and tear him down when you should build him up. And I could always go that route, right? But it's corny. It's not creative, and it's over. The YouTube streets is oversaturated with narratives as it is. I'd be damned if I help people add to the narrative pushing. I'm not a fan of it, and I can't do it. It's not fun. That's not what boxing is. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I got this post pulled up, because we can go right off of what this post is and what we know that the information is, right? There's no need to push a narrative or create one. So you just go off of what you know. Devin Haney is essentially going to do what he said he was going to do when it pertains to fighting Regis Prograis. You get what I'm saying? After that, he has an option to then do something else that he said he was going to do, which is come back down. I don't think that that's something he's going to do. And again, I think part of him just wants to satisfy the fans. You get what I'm saying? And in doing so, you're going to say something that you might not end up doing. And I don't think that's going to be because you're a duck or you scared. I just think, right now you speaking, like a fighter. Yeah, I'll come back down to 35. But I think when you sit down and talk it over with your team, I think they're going to probably, and this is just what I think they'll suggest that you stay put once you go to 140. You get what I'm saying? You've already achieved what you needed to achieve at 135 in terms of snatching up all the belts. You get what I'm saying? The only thing left down there is very tough fights and very risky fights, and more risky than normal because of the weight cut and the struggling to make 35, right? So I think he'll stay put once he goes there. You know what I'm saying? Dev still got 3 belts, right? He basically saying Shakur wanted too much. So I think it's both the weight and the split. Nah, I ain't saying it won't factor in, Jonathan. I ain't saying the split won't factor, but I think the weight will be more of a determining factor, is what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? Like, ultimately, like, you can stomach 50-50, right? You can stomach that. Especially if Shakur gets in there and beats Loma convincingly. convincingly in a fight where people felt like you might have lost it, you get what I'm saying, or it was very competitive and close, he gets in there and beat him convincingly, he makes a better case for deserving a 50-50 split. And at that point, I think it'll be a matter if they really want to try to make 135 again as opposed to anything else, right? But I understand the split possibly factoring in too, right? But he's taking worse is what I'm saying. So I think, you know, that could be part of the reason that, but I think ultimately it's going to be weight and the fact that, you know, these dudes down there will be the elite level guys that want to fight you. Why sacrifice your health to make a fight? You get what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at with it. I truly believe in doing what's healthy for you. You get what I'm saying? And doing what's healthy for you might not be the move that all the fans will want to see, but you still got to do what you got to do. You get what I'm saying? For your health. You know what I'm saying? And that's me just going that route. I don't want to go the route where I'm like, well, you said you're going to do this. I could say that, but nah, I ain't got to do that. All I know is I felt like Shakur played a bit of chess. He made a chess move with getting his team to negotiate instead of just straight turning it down. He did the only thing he could do, and it resulted into him being in a very stable, solid position right now. And all he has to do is just stand on business when your number is called and they line up whoever you're supposed to fight for this vacant WBC strap. Go in there and fight him, beat his ass, man. Beat his ass. You already know, bro. You already appreciate you, D1. Yeah, facts, Jonathan. You already know Grease with Fire was good with it, bro. And the WBC just helping. But again, this is fun for boxing. This is what you need. You need this. You get what I'm saying? You need this. You need this, my bro. That's how bro is. Now that's a bro peeking from behind the joint. Like, man, what's going on? What's going on? People mad at the WBC. I get it, William. Old school, my brother. What's going on, Will? How you feeling, bro? I'm gonna bring you up the NJ. We punching on the Matrix. You know it. You know we punching in on the Matrix, bro. You know, we gonna give him a good hiding, man. We gonna give him a good, you know, a good scolding, man. Go ahead and put them hands on him. You know, that's why I really want to see this fight, because I want to see how he fare up against a Lomachenko, right? People say, he ain't never been in there with nobody like a Lomachenko. Cool. So the best way to put that to bed is to get in there with the actual man. You ain't got to get in there with nobody like him and none of that. You go get in there with him and you dog him. You get what I'm saying? You get in there and you beat his ass. You get what I'm saying? You show levels. You show separation. You show improvement. You show why you supposed to be one of the top guys. That's the way you prove it. Like we seen what you did, what you done thus far through 26, through 30. Now it's time to do it at 35. How do you do it? Take the best available challenges and you just keep pushing. You don't stay stuck on any one fight. You attempt to make a fight. If it don't happen, you don't stay stuck on stupid. You too young. You got too much talent. You just keep it moving and you let the chips fall where they may. And I think, like I said, he made the one only move that he could make. As of now, you fast forward, he's in a much better position because he just didn't take anything. I think you get what I'm saying, and it allows great fights to be made. That's all it's about. Regis Prograis got to deal with Devin Haney. Devin Haney got to deal with Regis, right? Shakur, you got to deal with whoever is the highest ranked guy, whether that's Lomachenko. If Lomachenko says no, to my knowledge, I think Frank Martin would be up next. I don't see how that can't be a great fight. So you get what I'm saying? So if that's where we at with it, man, let's get it to me. 817, what's good, Brody? How you feeling? Give it to me. And that's all my conversation is about. You get what I'm saying? Let's get these great fights on. Let's see who the best is. You get what I'm saying? Let's see how good Shakur is. Let's see what he can do with a VASYL Lomachenko. You get what I'm saying? A established vet in the game. You get what I'm saying? That still got something left in the tank, obviously. Still a top level fighter. Let's see what you can do. Try your hand against him. Like, I want to see it. You get what I'm saying? I know he willing to do it because he asked for it again. He asked him again. So this time, Lomachenko can't use Devin Haney as a shield. You got to straight up answer. Either yes, you want to fight him, or no, you don't, because Dev got business to handle, like he said, with Regis Prograis. So you can no longer use him as a scapegoat. You can't say you got unfinished business. The only way you're going to have unfinished business, or a chance to potentially have any unfinished business with Dev, if you get in there and fight for that WBC strap, you allow him to take care of his business at 140 and come back down and fight you for the belt if you are to be successful. But if you turn down this opportunity, you can kiss a rematch goodbye all the way. So Tank say we'll fight Bud. Yeah, I did see something floating around about that. I did see that, something about that. I did see it. Salute to my bro 817. The other belts need to make him champion. Recess 2 can't just do it for one and not for all. I think somebody else said the WBA did it too, but I'm not for sure on that. Not for sure on that. And you know, I'm never cool with nobody getting a raw deal or getting mistreated or nothing like that in the sport, right? But my main focus is, I think at the end of the day, good fights can be made from this situation. So it's not a total negative. It's not a negative. You get what I'm saying? Dev can stand on business, go beat up Regis if that's what's in the plans for you, right? No issue there. And like you said, if you feeling like it, you can come back down and get some smoke with one of these dudes. It's essentially what you wanted to do anyway. That the circumstances, I guess, the process in which is happening is different. I guess if it was completely up to you, you would not be a champion in recess. You would just be allowed to go up there and fight Regis and come back down. I get that too. I get that. Sparky Pete, what's good with it, fam? Versus Stevenson would be interesting. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, man. 55-45 advantage to Stevenson. Yeah, it'd be a great fight to watch, bro. Good barometer just to see just how good Shakur is. You get what I'm saying? And that'd be the start to it. In terms of 35, we've seen what he did to some degree at 26. We've seen what he did at 30. Right now, 35, we want to see what you could do. And I think, you know, you got your feet wet with Yoshino. Cool. Knocked him out. I was there. It was fun to watch. Now, if Lomachenko is next up for you, this is the type of fights you need to cement your legacy, to start paving your own path, right? To start really putting some real, you know what I mean, separation between you and other people. And the only way you can do that is by fighting these meaningful names. And I think Loma is a great start. And then, like I said, if not Loma, then let's move forward. Let's go to Frank Martin route. You know what I'm saying? But any 50-50 fight is what I want to see for this young man. I don't want to see nothing else. You get what I'm saying? Because he's just too talented. You get what I'm saying? I want to really see the quality that he is. And the only way we're going to see that is these meaningful fights. You get what I'm saying? Dude only known for beating one dude. Right. And that's why probably nobody letting them train him 817. Nobody wanted Tarver training their guy for those reasons. Shakur on ESPN for $59.99. Right. And I'm paying for it. I'm all over it, bro. I'm all over it. Let's see it, bro. Get my boy's first pay-per-view, PPV. Or put it on free TV and let it go nuts. I don't care. You get what I'm saying? Either way, let it go nuts. That was going to be petty and become franchise, but I guess he real for that. Yeah. Nah, he ain't. I ain't surprised that he ain't take no franchise, though, Jonathan. Like, because of what comes with that, right? Nothing good comes with that. Like, the only people that's cool with franchise titles is ones that really want to avoid smoke. You get what I'm saying? And I think he understands that, and he don't want nothing to do with it. I mean, Loma, no nuts, no glory, facts. He got to show something. Jose. He got to get in there and show that he want to fight. So Loma have a close fight with Haney. I had money on Haney. Right. A couple people thought Dad would just wash him, but I think, you know, Loma had more in the tank than some people thought. You know what I mean? He ain't a washed fighter. He's just a fighter that's older. He's an older fighter for sure. Beating still fighters, grandstanding in front of everybody, camera you can find, never change. Still need the applause. Like I said, sometimes you could be a horrible winner. Nah, that's real talk, though. Real talk. Still saying people doubted you, this and that. People was against you. People had it out for you. I don't know. It's just weird. Nobody have it out for none of these fighters, man. Like, it's like you can't even say who you think will win no more without somebody taking it the wrong way. JusDueBoxing, my bro, was good with it. Yeah, Tarver just been on a tear, just running his trap, y'all. So I just think the level of disrespect that he showed towards Derrick James is nuts to me. Like, you got to give that man more respect, more credit than that. He deserve it. You get what I'm saying? You started your conversation all questioning him being trainer of the year. I think that's crazy to me. Fan don't know how to win. Yeah, I don't know what more they want people to say. I don't know. People up on their platforms mad as hell still. Like, yo, he won, and people accepted it. Like, he won. It's a great win, bro. He did his damn thing. It was a phenomenal performance. Respect Devin to Washington, but Loma arguably won. B-Dog was good with the family. Yeah, man. So that's why, you know, B-Dog, I think that'd be a good fight for Shakur. Just a good barometer, good a common opponent. It'll add to the history if they're to have a fight at all. You get what I'm saying? So I would love to see it, bro. I would love to see it. I'm just all about the great fights, man. I want to see this man prove his mettle, man, and what he worth. Bow down and gravel. Sorry, not me. Derrick James is a great trainer. Facts. You already know. You already know, man. But we gonna see what's next, man. You got my boy peeking behind the tree. Like, what's next? This needs to be next, though. No more BS. No more games. He asked Loma, what's up? Loma need to stop playing around. Ain't nobody got time to be playing no more, bro. Do you want that smoke or no? You know what I'm saying? Do you want that smoke or no? Young boy on your helmet. He want to fight. Hold on, this is something else I seen too. I don't think Loma get to take the fight for I think they gotta make Dad drop the belts. Think he'll unify, but not just for one belt. But it's next man up, Jonathan. You know it's next man up, right? Loma say no, then you gotta go get that next guy. And like I said, I think the next guy is Frank Martin. And if the next guy is Frank Martin, let's get it. Let's get it. Frank Martin is a hell of an opponent for him. Said Bob, stop hiding Loma. Loma got to just say yes at this point. Miss Joette, salute to the queen. How you feeling today? Appreciate you stopping through. Just because they want to literally give Terence Crawford. Oh, yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, we gave him all the credit. I gave him all the credit I could give him. Seriously. And I can give him some more credit because you know what I thought was dope? The little net that he had attached to his ring attire. I thought that was dope. I thought that was creative, man. That was dope. Taking news, Loma just retired from boxing and avoid the young killer from Brick City. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of EJ, but truth be told, I rooted for him so hard because of channels I rock with Bud Crawford then now and every fight in the future. Right. Again, I can stand on ERROL. Who he fought, how he moved. If he hung him up today, can you say that same for the 2-time undisputed pound for pound champion if he did? I feel that 817 for boots over. It's a boost over everybody, 154 and down. This will be there real soon. Absolutely he will. Right, Jonathan. It's always next man up. No need to slander a fighter for a move, for a fight not panning out and business not being able to get figured out at that particular moment. You just move forward. You get what I'm saying? And you revisit that option with better to offer in negotiations the next time around, right? So you can ensure that this time around the fight will be made, right? And that's just all you want, yo. That's all you ever want. Just want these fights to be made. Judah Ben say Frank Martin fight Moritai. Yeah, that meant Moritai. I think they got him fighting somebody else though. I think he fighting somebody else. Moritai is, if I'm not mistaken, they got him fighting somebody. All that Terrence looked that good because the arrow that showed up. It had nothing to do with nothing else other than Errol Spence couldn't spar the whole camp, and he was inactive for 16. Yeah, man, that right there, D1 is wild. The lack of sparring is crazy. Unified, but not for a vacant. I feel you, but I'm thinking Jonathan. If you talking about Dev, right? I'm thinking like just say hypothetically Shakur and Loma fights next. He fight Regis, say he beat Regis or whatever, right? He come back down to 135. I think he has the rest of the belts. I think that would be the only belt. So that would just make him undisputed again if he was to beat the winner of Loma and Shakur. You get what I'm saying? So it still would be a unification because he'll have the rest of the belt. It would be for undisputed actually because he'll have the rest of the belts. He said Jesse had nets on his shorts and joints was jazzy. Yeah, word, right, Mike. And the little net he had over the chest. I thought that was creative. That was dope. Salute to Crawford. That was creative right there. That was nice. I heard Spence had broken ribs. I did hear somebody mention that. I don't know how true it is, but I did hear it. I did hear somebody mention it, but I just don't know how, how valid it is. And in terms of Shakur, right? Look, man, he already on it. He already on it. The young boy wants smoke, man. That's what I believe. He said, man, look, dude said when he say no, please target Frank Martin. We know he gonna say yeah. And he said, yeah, if Loma says no, he's first in line to get this wreck for sure. Because he the next guy up. So again, I like Shakur's mentality here. It's the next man up already. Look, if Loma is next and he say no, then Frank Martin is right there. He say yes, let's get it. That's what I want to see. This is the right energy to display. You get what I'm saying? And he ain't turning no fight down. He ain't turning no fight one day to come back down, but I don't think so. That's why I say that. Right. I feel you, bro. More tired fights next week. Diego Torres, 17-0, 16 KOs. Right, that's a good one. Shout out to Stone Cold Nelson for the outfit. Yeah, Steve Nelson put together his own outfit. That was nice. That was nice. Yeah, he's at Cruz in that mix. I see, man. I don't know about that guy, man. I just don't worry because who he gonna fight? The only one he want to fight is Tank. You get what I'm saying? That's why he's annoying to me. Eastside Cruz. He's so annoying, bro. Like, bro, lay off it. Get off that Tank stuff. Yo, you gotta fight somebody else, bro. Fight somebody else. Rashid, what's good with it, fam? Appreciate you pulling up. You said if Haney beats Prograis, where you go for unification with Teofimo. That'd be interesting too, bro, Rashid. But I don't know, because he just has options, right? That will be another hell of a matchup. You get what I'm saying? But he mentioned something about coming back down to 35. You get what I'm saying? So if he's ready to put Undisputed at 135 behind him, then if he's to beat Regis Prograis, I could see him wanting to make that fight. Because again, you just become the man again. You'll have a title in that division, right? So it's like then you could start thinking about chasing down other titles and things like that. So you just never know what his trainer thought it'd be after a win over Prograis. Is it just straight back down to 35? Which I think once he go up, he stays up, because I think that's what his health is going to tell him. His body is going to tell him to do. And I think him as being a smart fighter, I think that's what he's going to do. But he could be a brave fighter and say, the hell with it, I want to come back down to 35 and get some smoke. So we just going to have to wait and see. Fighting 16 months and then not being able to spar the biggest fight of your life is the sole reason. I look that good. I don't give when nobody say, talk to him, man. D1, you know what I mean? Tunnel vision was good with it. Martin's not next up, man. It's Cruz, then Zepeda, then Martin. I don't know. I heard Frank Martin. I have to look, but I think about it. Pitbull Cruz already said no. Zepeda said no. So you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Unless they're going to say yeah now because it's a title on the line, tunnel vision, maybe they say yeah. You get what I'm saying? Maybe. But let's see it. Ashley's corner was good, cuzzo. How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. As always, Teal can fight a voluntary fight. Yeah. Give Cruz a pay the right, because Cruz already, both of them dudes both said no. So, yeah, make them fight each other and then throw Frank Martin. I think that's why the notion is Frank Martin is up next, because them dudes ain't going maybe they changed their mind. That's that night. He possibly could have. Earl had the worst right. It's nothing more than that. I promise he's levels above Earl. He's not levels above Earl. Spends time is everything in boxing. Right. And once that was off and establishing the jab and his balance and different things like that, reflexes just didn't have it. You get what I'm saying? Feel Dave gotta wait on knock my tears off first. Right, man. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button for your bro. WBC giving out Eliminator. Somebody drop the link in the chat so I can become a member. I can't find this joint nowhere. Yeah, man. Could one of y'all drop my channel member link in the chat? Could y'all do it? Could y'all find it? Because I definitely want my boy D1 becoming a channel member, man. That's a good dude right there. That's a good brother right there. Dude, what's good with it, dude? I'm over the old Spence and bullshit. It's over Spence. Got the other shit you need to think about other than the rematch. Yeah, we weren't really too much talking about that today anyway, though. You know what I mean? A couple comments here and there, but so for the most part, the only talk that I was really going to go with that was as a whole they finally gave us a fight that we needed, and it did great numbers. I'm hearing somewhere upwards over 800K pay-per-view buys, and I'm hearing they did over 21 million at the gate, and I think that's the 6th highest gate, and I think they're behind Gervonta and Ryan Garcia. So that's great for boxing, y'all. They really go to more info in the tab and click join. Bad night at the office. Absolutely terrible night at the office. Salute to my bro D1 says, show me the membership link, please. Much love and appreciation to my bro.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
I think my east side, I don't see anyone stopping him. Yeah, outside of Tank, for me, I think Tank can definitely stop him, but everybody else, I think he'll make it through. That boy could take a hell of a shot. They said no to the top rank offer. Right. If this mayor is just not there, used to be a member. I don't understand it. Yeah, right. I don't damn. Or if you look, you got a laptop where you at, bro? I'm not sure. You got a laptop where you at? I know you'll be able to find it easier from there. Pitbull, Rivera, De Los Santos, Martin, easy fights to make. All easy fights to make, bro. Just hopefully they'll take the fights. I think people will be reluctant to rematch. Make with top rank. No, long as the fight makes sense, Marquez. As long as the fight makes sense. Saying that keep clicking and don't do shit. Damn, man, I'm mad. I can't find the Let me see if I could find a way to post it for you. But we gonna keep cooking. But I got you, D1. You on the phone? I got you. I got you. My bad, y'all. B Inboxing News. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Can't wait for the winter. He's killing me. Yeah, that week. That he said drop the StreamYard link. Broner says he 1 fight away from being in line for the 140 WBC title shot. That's wishful thinking, man. Will not fight Shakur. It'd be unfortunate if he turned down. Or you later and get that shit. Yeah, right. Yeah. When you go to your laptop, you'll see it, D1. You'll see it. You'll definitely see it. But yeah, if he turn it down, then maybe it'll be Frank Martin up next, y'all. Maybe. I know people, somebody mentions Zepeda and Cruz, but I figured that the fact that those dudes already turned down Smoke, I just wouldn't be surprised if they just don't want it. Well, I guess it's one of those we'll have to wait and see. Y'all punch that like button out for your bro one time. For the one time. AB versus Hank Lundy. Yeah, right. Yeah, Hank retired though. Hank retired. He called it a career after Kurt Scooby put them fisticuffs on him. AB about to be Devin Mando at 140 if he beat Regis. That'd be crazy, right? I'll be back at Sunday. Yeah, I appreciate you, D1. You already know we'll be here. Golden Girl ain't fighting nobody. He said he gonna come. He said he want to beat up Rolly, man. He said he want to beat Rolly up. That's what the young bull said. Young bull said he want Rolly's head, man, on a platter. So he want Rolly. So I guess it's one of those we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. But again, man, this is the order of business as far as this goes, y'all, man. With the WBC naming Devin Haney champion in recess. Champion in recess means he just got first dibs if he's to come back down to 35. He'll be the first one to be able to challenge for the WBC strap. So the winner out of whoever Shakur fight would fight him, and he'll be right in line to be undisputed again. I know it's a strange way to do it, but that's just the way the cookie crumbled. So it is. It just is what it is. But let's see it. He said Ryan and Haney at 140. That'd be a good fight. That'd be a good ass fight. Fish Grease, what it do, family? How you feeling, bro? Alan's so amazing. What's good, fam? Danny Rob Loma. A boxing most prestigious accomplishment. He never cared for money. It's his legacy. This is the incentive he gives for being Haney in order to get a rematch set up. Oh, man. I tell you what, though, bro. It's definitely a tough fight for him. If that's who he got to go through to get a rematch with Devin Haney, it's definitely going to be a tough fight for him. You make no mistake about it. It's going to be a very tough fight for him. JJ, salute, fan. It's going to be a tough fight, and it's one that I think Shakur going to take. And I would love to see it. So many reasons. Roger was good with it, fam. I've been hearing that. Is that solid? Is that solid? Benavidez and Andre? I've been seeing it, but I don't know how solid it is. I've been seeing it floating around, too. David Benavidez and Demetrius Andre. Yeah, so amazing. I think so, too, bro. I think he knew that. That's why I don't think he won it. I really don't. I don't think bro wanted to fight. But it's gonna look bad. It's gonna look bad on his behalf if he turn it down, bro. If he turn down a title shot and fight somebody, like who he gonna fight? You get what I'm saying? Who the hell he gonna fight? Cambosis? Like it just ain't gonna make a whole lot of sense. You got your money on Boo Boo. But with Devin fight 135 again. I mean, I know he likes wishful thinking is he figured he say he will, but I think it'll be a tough call. You know, once he actually goes up, I think it'll be very tough for him to come back down. That'll be asking a lot from him. You get what I'm saying? He'll be asking a lot from himself in terms of physically, you know, from a physical standpoint. He'll be asking a lot of himself if he's to go back down like that. And it could be very dangerous for him and risky. It'd be very brave, though. Very brave, but it'd be very risky. And unnecessary at this point, I think. I don't think he had nothing else down there. I mean, you got names that you can fight, but it's just in terms of the risk versus the reward. No, I think that's the problem. He's had no agreed on terms according to Eddie Hearn. Right. But you assume that they're going to have to work that out, right? It's gonna look bad. As you know, he got different rules. Yeah, nah, he ain't. I don't think he looked bad. I think Loma looked bad in fights, right? Just think he has fights that he lost. He gonna fight for the IBO. Yeah, okay. And then Cambosis got that. That's why I said that. Cambosis got an IBO. My bad, IBO title. Like 168. Wait to see what happens with Canelo and Charlo. Oh, snap. Yeah, oh, man. In other news, Chris Eubank hires Brian Bomac McIntyre for his trainer for the Liam Smith rematch. Wow. That's something you couldn't expect it. So he went from Roy Jones Jr. to Bomac. Okay. Chris Eubank. He's ain't taking a pay cut to fight Devin Haney. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky, man. I wonder how this all gonna play out because that's a part of it you got to consider. You know what I'm saying? Them working out that money side of it, but I just hope in the meantime they just proceed with making a fight for Shakur. I hear that November date, November 16th. I think they threw out there for him. So look, I just want to see. I want to see boxing keep moving forward. We just got a fight that was highly anticipated for years. And I just hope they continue to build off that and keep the energy going. You know what I'm saying? And just keep delivering these fights. You have no reason not to. Everybody's in position. Dudes are healthy and ready to get these fights on the way, man. Bro, man, getting that money right is crazy. Yeah, I guess that's an upgrade. Right, B-Dog. Because you know one thing about him, he's not going to teach you to be him. You get what I'm saying? Bomac, of course, like Roy be teaching fighters to be him. setting him up for failure. Because Roy, it's crazy. Roy can't teach nobody how to beat him because ain't nobody teach him how to beat him. Like, you get what I'm saying? That stuff he was doing wasn't even taught. So it'd be hard pressed for him to, Boom, ain't that good trainer, but his talent has carried that whole gym. Bud is a special talent for sure. That salute to my bro Undercard. Y'all sub to the Brody if y'all haven't. Salute to my cuzzo. What's good? UK got that good food. Yeah, I'm seeing that. Is that official or what? Oh, it's almost a lock. Yeah, Andre and Benavidez. I done heard the whispers now. Bomac about to buy Sam's Club. Me see to get Bomac to the UK. I want to see Fimo versus Catterall. That'd be a good fight. 10K. That'd be a good fight. Catterall really could fight. He could box. And he's smart. He's a smart fighter. Just know we taking it. So, I see you, Ghost. Look, I want to see it. I want to see it, bro. I want to see it. Took away some of Morrell's fighting Plant. Is he? Is he ready to do that? Is Caleb Plant ready to get in there with David Morrell? Right, it's very close. Yeah, okay. As Champ Pops. Bet. Let's salute the boxing if they make Demetrius Andrade and David Benavidez. Because respectfully, outside of, what Canelo is doing. You got Canelo and Charlo. I would much love to see Plant and, Morrell and Benavidez. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but I'll take Andrade and Benavidez next. I would. Third fight was Washington. Plant versus Charlo. Let's see, especially after the slap. No disrespect to Charlo. After that slap is kind of out of his hands. That been brewing for years. Right, man. Right, man. We got to see. We got to see, man, how all this stuff shake out, bro. Everything transpire. Versus Jamal is a fight they're trying to make. That's the fight they need to make at this point, Ghost. It's out of his hand. It's out of their hands. After that slap, man, they definitely got to fight. That's all the promotion they need, too. They don't need nothing else. The slap was promotion enough. I'll step up and fight my guy, Morrell. That's what I want to know, too, cuzzo. I really do. I want to know who's going to fight Morrell next, man. I just think, like I said, man, in terms of 135, man, we about to. I think the next big fight might be Loma and Shakur if Loma don't turn it down. If not, then hey, man, I would love to see Frank Martin. Like I said, man, I want to see real matchups, man. Hopefully Regis and Dev could work out whatever they need to work out, the money side of things, the business side of things, so we could see a fight. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm always rock with Andre, man. Caleb versus Charlo would be next. Let's get it. Order for Canelo when Canelo versus Mel got to Sim. It was ordered last year. You know how he slipped. He found his way out of stuff, though, Ghost. Fate, what's good, my bro? How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping. True. Jamal's not healthy. Anyone asking him to fight at this point, clearly he's blind to see the problems. Yeah, I ain't saying right now, but I'm saying when he do fight, that's who I think he need to fight. Whenever he ready. You get what I'm saying? Rozier, whenever he ready, bro. Because you're right. He definitely need to get all the way right. Caleb and Mike Durrell, Charlo right now. We're going to see. And then in some other news, man, Tim Bradley. Again, I know sometimes I bring up Tim Bradley because he I don't know sometimes if he say stuff just before a headline just for clicks, or do he really truly believe the stuff that he say a lot of times. And Tim Bradley said Terrence Crawford to beat. He said Terrence Crawford to beat JERMELL Charlo easier than he beat Errol Spence. And I just was like, bro, you You really be laying it on thick, don't you? I'm just like, this is another but wow, yeah, he definitely is, and he tell how much respect you could tell. Bud got his respect from Tim Bradley when they sparred all them years back. Get what I'm saying? Because he won't dare open his mouth and he won't even give constructive criticism when it comes to Bud Crawford. Tim Bradley, boy, he won't dare utter a word out his mouth about the great Budrick Crawford. But you say he might. I just don't think so because I don't see you get what I'm saying, Charlo having some of the issues that EJ had in terms of him not being there on the night. You get what I'm saying? So that's just me. Tay, salute, Queen. How you feeling today? Appreciate you pulling up. B Dog said Bradley be talking the side of his neck, don't he? Salute to Tay. How you feeling today, Queen? JERMELL is a different animal, absolutely, and you'll be up there with him. You'll be up there with him. I just don't see it being like that. You get what I'm saying? And some would say, Charlo and EJ got very similar styles. Not exactly the same. No, they don't. But they have some things that they do very similar, from a fundamental and a technical standpoint. They do, you know what I mean? Very good balance fighters are known to have very good balance. They're not caught out of position a lot. Get what I'm saying? Good defense. They know how to keep their hands up. Punches come straight down the pipe. Set everything up behind a strong jab. You get what I'm saying? Charlo can go to the body well. He's a good body puncher as well. You get what I'm saying? So they got some similarities there for sure, but I don't think he'll beat him easier than he beat Spence on that night. You know what I'm saying? But if it ever happens, it'll be a destruction. I feel you, Roger. They just talking like Mel, some run-of-the-mill fighter. Hell no, he ain't. Probably he's extremely big. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say he's a natural, but I'll say he's grew into it, Ghost, over a period of time. So now, you get what I'm saying? Bud is definitely a full-fledged welterweight if he's ever been one. You get what I'm saying? Ain't no more growing into the weight class. Remember, he said a few years ago he should have never let me grow into the weight class type deal. So, and he looked solid. He looked bigger than EJ on fight night. That was a surprising part. Facts, Miss Joette. He absolutely is. You know it. Crawford is a natural 50-foot-pounder. He's big. I get you. But listen to Coach Virgil last night. I clearly have a better understanding of a fighter lifestyle supposed to be lived. Haggard for an award. Andre best to do it. And still had issues, Fish Grease. And still had issues. You get what I'm saying, bro? Still live the fighter's lifestyle. And it's still just what it comes with the territory, right? Because it's just like a very physically demanding, physically taxing sport on the body. So absolutely. Now you really do have to live that fighter's lifestyle inside and out. You do, because it'll come back, it'll show up in your biggest moments. It's just that's just being real. Skills, Mr. New Orleans in the flesh. What's good with it, my bro? He said for ERROL, you already know it's still man down. It's still man down with much credit to Bud Crawford, but it's still man down. It's still man down,
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Salute to my Brody Skills. He'll stop him. I think it'd be hard. I think it'd be difficult for him to stop JERMELL Charlo, but it wouldn't be impossible. Anybody could get stopped, right? Bud got some hands, I know that, but we already knew that about him. You know what I'm saying? But I still think the way I've always thought, that'll be an extremely tough fight for him as well. You know what I mean? Barring no unforeseen circumstances, that'd be a very tough fight for him. Especially if he's just to go right there and fight him. But, in terms of the conversation of him being a 3-time undisputed, if he was to do that, really go up to 154 and fight Charlo for undisputed, that would be crazy. RSV was good with it. Mission was banned for 6 months in Vegas, get knocked out. They'll just have to, set the fight at an appropriate date. You get what I'm saying? Because naturally, after that, taking that punishment, they naturally like suspend you or whatever the case. I think that's what you talking about, right? You change that just to AB. Definitely got a box again after the bag lost to ERROL. Nah, but that's giving you, you know, when somebody send a super chat or cash app, I give you your just due. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time to give, you know what I mean? Time to give you your just due. You know what I mean? It's the last line. It's the just due line. Is the catcher for me. It'll be a huge mistake for Charlo to go up 168 and come back to fight. But only way I would is a catch weight. I feel you. I say, you know, you just gotta I think acclimate to things, Marquay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Be very smart and mindful that, you know what I mean? We're jumping up and down and weight, you know, the issues and the you know, the risks that come with that. You get what I'm saying? Because if you've seen it, you know, in history, through history in boxing, when you see guys, you know, fluctuate in weight, you know, whether it's up and down or, you know, whatever the case is, you see, you know, it'll be the first time a guy got dropped or rocked real good or knocked out sometimes, you know what I mean? So you just got to be very mindful with that weight. You get what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to, you know, cutting and then rehydrating and putting that weight back on, right? You just always want to be smart when it comes to those things. Never ends well. Yeah, Ghost. It's just too risky. 2 cents boxing was good with it, fam. And move up and down, you're gonna get slapped. Now, I ain't gonna say that, but I'll say it's risks that come with it, right, Ghost? It's undeniable. It's risks that come with that. That body suspected. Undisputed versus undisputed. It could be a big thing in boxing. You know what I'm saying? It could be a big thing in boxing. Charlo manifested this fight, man. He manifested it. He manifested this fight. Said Crawford not fighting Charlo unless he's vulnerable in some way. His body weak as it is, and we can stop, watch. Yeah, it's possible, bro. I can always tell you it's possible. It's not a foregone conclusion that he will, right? But I understand your reasoning for it, right? With the weight fluctuation. I get it. I do get it. Aisha, salute to the queen. How you feeling today? Appreciate you stopping through. Very possible, my boy. I get you. But we'll see, though. We'll see. At the end of the day, we do know he got a real tough task at hand, and he got the opportunity to you know, for some history on his side of things too, man. So I'm definitely rooting for him. I'm pulling for him. I think he'll be an underdog. I think people counting him out, and I think he the wrong guy to count out. I think people making a lot, you know, about the weight, and like Derek James said, he's not gonna have this dude pack on a bunch of muscle and come in there and not be able to move come fight night, right? You want to have him light on his feet and being able to box and move, and you know, a good stiff jab and good lateral movement, man. Not having his back against the ropes, just not being a stationary target standing right in front of Canelo will present a certain level of issues for him that would allow that fight to be fought at a pace where JERMELL Charlo can really do some things. So that's what I really believe. It won't be easy. It's not supposed to be easy, but it's not impossible. Nobody's gonna tell me that it's impossible with the skill set and the talent that JERMELL Charlo has to be the guy in Canelo Alvarez that's, you know, looking like he's on the downside of things, you know, slowing down a bit, and obviously with the wear and tear, and you know, his Achilles heels has always been people that can box and move. You know what I'm saying? Box and move and present a moving target for him, not just a stationary one where he can unload on and hit you with power shots. So, you get what I'm saying? And I think Charlo has the right set of skills to be able to go in there and pull it off, man. It's just about applying and executing on the night. It's not a lack of skill. It's not a lack of talent. It's not a matter of it being, you know, Canelo being levels over Charlo. That's not it. Like, at least that's not the fighter I see in the ring. So it's a matter of execution. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, obviously Canelo has a ton of experience. You're not going to find, you know, too many guys, if any, that's 33 years old with over 60 fights. It's just not too many guys you'll find. So it is what it is. But again, Charlo, if it's anybody that's could get up for this task and got a chance to come in here and pull off something great, I think Charlo has a great chance. And I ain't counting him out, and I'm rocking with him. Bro, these men 3 times undisputed is an argument the greatest of all time. That'd be an argument. He'd be one of the best in his era, hands down. And he definitely in GOAT conversations for sure, Skills. Sure, if he had more injuries. Yeah, I heard something about the rib too. I'm not sure how true it is, but I heard it. Joe's brother could remain B-class small, you a fool. You see the video from AM Sports talking about he talked to Spence camp and was told that Spence did spar for the last 6 weeks for the fight because of a rib injury. Oh, wow. So he already had a rib injury. That's weak, man. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, man. I was at the TMT gym. Absolutely was. Kyle Sports, my bro. What's good with the family? People gave Charlo the game plan. I'm telling you, man. Listen, we bet on you. Can bet on Charlo. Don't count JERMELL out, y'all. Don't count him out, man. Don't count him out. Don't count him out. Little Charlo be with all the smoke. Little Charlo, the younger Charlo manifested this joint right here. You know what I'm saying? It's not an impossible task. It's a tough task, but it's not an impossible one. You get what I'm saying, y'all? It's not an impossible task. It's a very tough task because Canelo is still very crafty. Ton of experience, still dangerous. You get what I'm saying? He's not a guy that ain't gonna be able to defend himself, and you get what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? But this is what greatness is about. This is how you achieve greatness, bro. This is what you do. You do what JERMELL Charlo is doing, man. You get what I'm saying? You be about that action, and that's exactly what he about. So let's go, man. Let's go, Charlo. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting a fighter. He's fighting a guy that's on the decline, I would say, Ghost. I don't want to say he washed up. I don't think he's washed up. I just think he's on the decline, right? I don't think Canelo's washed up. I just think he's declining, obviously, right? With the natural wear and tear, like he's just slowed down a bit over the years, is what I'm saying. And I try to say that with the utmost respect, just an honest observation. Like, of course, that's not the same guy from 3 to 5 years ago. It's just not. You get what I'm saying? A lot more wear and tear, a lot more fights. You get what I'm saying? He's been very active through his career. You know what I'm saying? The dude is only 33 years old, and he got over 60 fights. So, dude done had about 2 careers in one already. So, see, you know, and I look at that as a real thing, and I see the way he's still training, and I'm telling you, Charlo just got to be aware of the early storm, weather the early storm that is Canelo, yo, because he loves to shoot that low early. He come out there, he want to try to set the tone early and try to land something big. And he usually blows his load when he do it within the first 4 to 5 rounds, and he start to simmer down from that point on. So about round 6 on, he slows down considerably, in my opinion, and his work rate is not the craziest. So those are areas where Charlo has to take advantage. Charlo is the fresher guy, I would think, in terms of like having mileage on the body. You get what I'm saying? And I think he has enough, you know, big fight experience to be able to, for the moment, not to get away from him, and for him to be able to go in there and really do some things, man. So again, this ain't gonna be no easy fight. It's but it ain't supposed to be, right? I just don't want to count him out completely. I know what Canelo is, and I know he's still dangerous, but it is what it is, man. This is what greatness is, man. This is really chasing greatness. Canelo definitely looks like he lost today. You get what I'm saying, B-Dog? Not even trying to slide him. He's just slightly on the decline, man. Just being fair to him. I mean, surgery's later, a month and a half. Yeah, it's crazy. That's unfortunate if that was the case. Broken rib. KO, what's good with it, KO? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you stopping through. Gets Canelo in the second half. He could score the upset. That's what I'm telling you. He could. That's the second half of the fight is where he could really take advantage. It's just the first half. He got to navigate those rounds in that first half and make those joints. You know what I mean? Then it's Canelo we talking about. So you know the judges, man. You fighting him and the judges in a sense, but he got to really navigate those rounds well, I believe, in that first half to have a good chance. And I think the second half is where he got to try to do his work, to be honest, because I think that's just simply where Canelo slows down. He do. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see. We will see, man. Charlo has to go to Canelo's body. Absolutely, Roger, he do. Well, it's always easier said than done, and I understand that, but it's definitely possible, and it's something that he got to do if he want to be successful. I just don't, you know, especially after, you know, all the different fights we've seen and different surprising outcomes, I just know not to count nobody out. That's got the skill and talent to be successful like a Charlo. That man can fight. And it's about application and execution on the night. You get what I'm saying? Sticking to the game plan that you draw up and executing it at a high level. Get what I'm saying? Taking advantage of those empty spots and moments in a fight where Canelo likes to bluff and don't throw punches. Get what I'm saying? Take advantage of that. Be very aware that he's a fighter that likes to do that. And again, it's just the way, it's my observation, right? Y'all tell me if y'all seen something else. When I see Canelo, man, he go in there and he try to set the tone early. He usually try to land something big early. If he can kind of, because in an effort to kind of tame you, he wants to tame you early so he can coast through the rest of the fight. That's truly my honest assessment of the way I see Canelo fight, especially in the last 3 to 4 fights. The guy wants to land a big shot early if he can, land a meaningful shot or, you know, enough meaningful shots early to kind of tame you so he can coast through the rest of the fight. You get what I'm saying? He don't have a hell of a gas tank. He never did. But you get what I'm saying? He never had a crazy extreme high work rate. He never did. But more so now than ever, he just don't throw a ton of punches and he knows how to navigate the rounds with this bluffing. And like I said, if he can tame you early, and put you in a position where you're allowing him to fight at the pace that he wants, then he's going to coast through the rest of the fight. You've seen him do it. Look what he just did with John Ryder. Tell me it don't look like he could have pressed the gas just a bit more. I don't want to sound like some guy just sitting on the couch talking or a guy that never fought before, but don't tell me that he couldn't have pressed a John Ryder that really just wasn't offering much offensively. Don't tell me he couldn't have did it. But that's how he fights. You get in there. You get what I'm saying? He try to set the tone early. He usually kind of blows his low early within the first 4 to 5 rounds. Then he slows down a bit and he coasts through the rest of the fight. And he do just enough to beat you. And again, if you're tamed by him, if you fall into his patterns and his way of fighting, allowing him to fight at his pace, he's just gonna take his time beating you up, and he'll take a decision. He don't care about a knockout. He'll take a decision win. You just seen it with John Ryder. He was talking all this knockout stuff beforehand. How he was gonna knock this dude out. We seen the effort to want to try to knock him out early, very much so like he did with similar to Gennady, how he attempted it with Bivol. He shoot his low early in them first few rounds, trying to land something big. You know what I'm saying? When if you understand that about him and you weather that storm and you got something to offer him, like I'm telling you, the second half of fights is where you could really get off on that dude. Because I really seen a ton of complacency on the side of Canelo when he gets to the second half of fights, especially if he feel like he up on you already. He doesn't push the pace no more to me. He fights in spurts, and that's similar to how he always fought, but he fights more so in spurts now than he's ever done. And it's very noticeable, very noticeable. You see when he want to take the rounds off or minutes off where he don't want to work. You can see this stuff when you're watching him. You can see it. And if you don't push the pace, again, he had those moments in the fight with Dimitri Bivol, but Dimitri Bivol was stringing them combinations together on his ass. And what was he doing? Doing all that bluffing like it wasn't affecting him. He was just sitting there getting tagged up. See how red his face and forehead got because Bivol was stringing them joints on him, man, putting them hands on that man. Canelo continues to duck. Right. Different fighters, right? Mentality is different, bro. Don't run right. Pitbull Talaria fans, what's good, my bro? Here you got root for the win. I feel you. Never get paid for overtime. Let's see how he fares in a rematch. I generally think there's something wrong with him. Yeah, right. From a health standpoint, you're right. And we ain't got to even dig into it because people so sensitive, but right. Just I know that ain't I'll say this, and I'll say this comfortably, openly, and honestly. That wasn't the best EJ, their 29th. And I'll say that comfortably. I don't care what nobody say. You can call that an excuse if you want. That just wasn't his best. That's all. And it's all good. You take your wins, how you take your losses. Take your lumps, and you keep moving. He set his head up like a nosebleed. He ain't worried. Salute to EJ. Salute to Bud Crawford. Them boys put up what, a $21 million gate. Salute to them. Salute to boxing. This is why we need them fights. Boxing won. Boxing won the 29th. Yeah, Crawford, you won. Tip my hat. Earl, you took an L. Tip my hat. Boxing won Saturday night. Last Saturday. That gate, pay-per-view buys that I'm hearing allegedly is out. Boxing is in a good place. I love to see it, bro. So, yeah, Dimitri beat his ass to Larry. He did, bro. Spence can win the rematch, though. Extremely difficult. Literally have to adjust to everything, but has in his arsenal. Formidable task, not impossible, though unlikely. Feel that. I feel that. Feel that skills. That's real right there. Cut creator was good with it, fam. Nah, I mean, listen. I'll say this just to get into it a little bit, right? It's a very fine line, right? You got excuses. And then you got people that want to understand, like, it's deeper than the loss. It's not the loss, right? You cool, you make peace with the loss. The loss is what it was, right? But then as a boxing supporter and a observer of the sport, you ask yourself, like, outside of, Terence Crawford being a better man and showing levels and things like that, right? Outside of that, why did he look so off? You get what I'm saying? Like, people are not willing to have that conversation because they think that's an effort to take from Bud Crawford's win, and it's not that. It's just like, as an observer, you ask yourself some things like, damn, why do you look particularly so off? Not just, you lost, you lose, you're outgunned, outcoached, outworked, outclassed, whatever word you want to use, however you want to phrase it. All those things are fine. No problem there. But then as just an observer of the sport, you ask yourself, like, damn, something else obviously was wrong. And when you say that, people like, you're making excuses. That's not an excuse. You're trying to have a real conversation about something that people observe, and you felt like you're seeing something really wrong in there. You get what I'm saying? So that's really what I think it is. And that's me just trying to add a little, understanding to the people that's not really making excuses, the ones that really want to have a conversation, right? But I think a lot of some other people are coming from an emotional place, and it's coming off as excuses, right? But I think for the ones that really want to have a conversation, it's more so like, damn, what really happened in there? You get what I'm saying? Because it's a deeper conversation than just, all right, Bud went in there and he was levels above him and he beat him down. That's that. And that's cool. That's because that's the truth. That's what happened. But then outside of that, you start to, you peel the layers back. You try to have an in-depth conversation, and you start asking things like, damn, well, why did he look so particularly off? Like things like punch resistance looking shot overnight. You get what I'm saying? And of course, it wasn't overnight, but you get what I'm saying, from one fight to the next. Get what I'm saying? Balance looking so off, like reflexes looking shot. The ability to defend yourself, like, you get what I'm saying? So many questions. Like, outside of the loss is the loss, but people don't know how to, like, separate you talking about the loss from the conversation of why he looked so bad, why he lost. You get what I'm saying? Why he looked that way while he was losing. You get what I'm saying? Some things that you've never seen from Earl. So it's not, I don't think, unrealistic for people to have those type of questions, but it's all how you present the questions, right? Are you just coming from an emotional place trying to look for an excuse or some type of reason that makes you comfortable to sleep at night? Or are you really trying to have a conversation that's deeper than just the win or the loss? You get what I'm saying? You're looking at a guy, and from a performance standpoint, you're looking like, damn, something was extremely off. Like, it was one thing was what was being done to you, but then it was another thing with how you look when you went about your business. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, you get what I'm saying? That's what it was. It was like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, and it's an honest conversation for people that's adult, like, and which we all are in here, right? You just, you want to understand. That's all. Like, you get what I'm saying? When you see that type of drop off in terms of a execution standpoint from Earl's side of things, not even what Terence Crawford was doing. You focus more so on what Earl was doing when he was doing it, right? And I think once if for the people, if they understand you separating the two, then they can understand where you're going with it. It's not an effort to make an excuse. You passed the loss. This is not, why did he lose? This is why did he look a certain way while he was losing? You get what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So, and it's just an honest conversation, because, again, You talking about a guy and otherwise that's normally sharp, strong, sturdy in his spot, hard to move off his mark. Reflexes on point. He make mistakes. You get what I'm saying? He always did. You get what I'm saying? Make mistakes, but you get what I'm saying? Punch placement off, not looking like as much on your shots. You get what I'm saying? Just looking like it was a lot that lacked on your end. So you get what I'm saying? So that's all it was. But aside from that, it was just, the better man won. That they had a game plan that I think was damn near flawless, and they went out there and executed. You get what I'm saying? That's all. You get what I'm saying? No other way to put that. You get what I'm saying? It just is what it is. They executed on a night, and it was spectacular on their behalf. They went out there and fought a hell of a fight. Bro, with heavyweights, this wasn't normal, right? How you actually, you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Cut. It's just like some people are just so emotional when they present things that it's hard for them to make their point. But for me, y'all know I love a good conversation, especially something that's more than surface level. Detroit, BC, what's good, family? How you feeling? You know what I mean? Could the drop off have been from the man in front of him? I'll say, the loss is because of the man that was in front of you, right? I'll say that, right? If this is making sense, the loss came from because you had a superior fighter in front of you, right? That's one thing. But I think, the next question up is, again, even outside of what was being done to you, when you attempted to do what you normally do on any given night, why were you so off while you were doing it? You get what I'm saying? There's how somebody makes you look, and then there's how you look, before somebody even makes you look a certain way, if that makes sense. Like you can see somebody being way off, from a ring walk to even the opening round that he arguably did win, right? Because he kind of controlled it with the jab, was a bit busy, right? Bit busier. So it's like even in that moment before the punishment started to mount, you seen something that was very off. You felt it. You like that. You get what I'm saying? You're looking at punches and you like, damn. And even after the fight, when you hear Bud Crawford say something like, Lons, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Caught Bud with some shots, but he walked right through him. You get what I'm saying? Cut. And nobody does that to Earl. And some people could say, well, I seen somebody say, well, his power wasn't what people said it was. I think that's good. That's garbage. It's one thing for you not to knock somebody out, but it's a whole nother thing for when you're throwing punches. They look like they have very little to no effect. Like your best shots you landed had little to no effect. And nobody's going to make me think because the guy was so superhuman. Even the guy himself, after feeling the power, I think he said, was it the first or second round? He said, that's it. Like, you get what I'm saying? After getting hit with one of his best shots. And that's not normal. Like, you clearly know that the guy just didn't have it on the night. Get pushed off his square. Look how far he got pushed off his square in that little moment when they pushed. Like, when he pushed him back, like, it was crazy to see. Yeah, well, I'm on IG, bro. I'm on IG. And Bud walked through a lot. Every shot, nothing looked like it bothered him. Whether it was a body shot, getting caught clean in the chin, nothing bothered him. Independent or the other man's performance, right? And again, you want to start by giving, the fighter that won his credit, his just due, and acknowledging how special he was on the night, how good he was on the night, how focused. Because it's not a matter of him showing you. He didn't show you more skills than what he typically showed you. It was a matter of execution and focus. And the performance was very disciplined. It's not like he showed you more skills than he typically shows you in any other fight. But Crawford did. That wasn't the case. It was a matter of focus, application, and execution. I keep saying those was the words that came to mind when I seen how the fight played out. The level of focus being switched on. You get what I'm saying? Having a great game plan and being able to execute it to a high level. Like, that's what he did. That's what I seen. It wasn't like, you get what I'm saying, he showed you something that he never showed you before. I know people feel like that, but no, he just did things in a fashion that he doesn't typically do it, like starting a bit faster, getting out faster, not having to be behind the 8 ball because you done started slow. And give up 2 to 3, maybe even 4 rounds if you really starting slow downloading his data. He did his downloading, some could say a lot faster than what what many anticipated, right? Nobody anticipated him getting a second round knockdown, not that early, right? So it's some dynamics about himself that he changed in the fight with his approach and the areas he was able to be successful early as he was able to be successful. Like, you get what I'm saying? Motor skills, cognitive functions, right? Absolutely, absolutely, bro. Small things like not being about to move laterally, not being able to keep his guard up, right? No torque. Yeah, those things that have nothing to do with the fighter, right? That you're fighting. It has to do with you. It's a you thing. So it was definitely some bud stuff going on in there, but it was like some other areas where you could look and say, oh, that's a you thing. That's an ERROL problem. You don't know exactly what it is, but you see something that's off. Just power, but Sean Porter and Cal Brook, they both pick Bud. Say Spence is harder. Right. Sean Clark, my bro, in the super chat said, I grew up watching my favorite fighter take L and bounce back. Ain't no bouncing back if you don't assess what went wrong. You cooking, champ. You get what I'm saying? You gotta. That's a conversation that you gotta be real with yourself. Because other than that, you're gonna say, what, was that the best of you? No, because there was some things, and that's a him problem, not a Bud problem. Again, Bud was great on the night, but that's the EJ problem. Some things that he has to be real with and say that need to be corrected and fixed. Address some issues. That's all. You know what I mean? That's a him thing. You're going to fix him. You know what I mean? Get back to the drawing board, get back to it. I believe in him, and I rock with him even harder now after the loss and seeing how he dealt with it and how he made zero excuses, how he just wanted to give credit and make no excuses. And I love that. I love that about him. I rock with him.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Sweet to my bro, Sean, man. Much love, Brody. That's a power, about a power jab. Absolutely, Aisha. Just would it be possible to play a clip? Well, are you talking about the fight? Just let me know what clip, and I probably can find one that they won't get me for. Just let me know what you're talking about. I'll find one for you. I can probably find one for you that they won't get me for. I agree, but Team Bud can't be responsible for Spence that shows up. Right. They just got to beat him. Right. And that's exactly what they did. You know what I mean? Focused on them on the night. But I just want to be, I ain't really want to get into this in terms of the fight again, because we've been rehashing it. And, I just wanted to be clear that, there are people that's trying to make excuses, but then there are people that's just trying to have a in-depth conversation about what you've seen that night. Right. And I think it's a difference between those two people. Some people just want something to argue about, something to make them feel better about. You get what I'm saying? So they come up with crazy reasons, like trying to say he loaded his gloves or stacked his hand wrap, some stupid stuff like that's to try to make you feel better about the loss. Those are excuses, not somebody asking real questions like, damn, well, he looked off in this area, that area, right? That's just a real conversation. People that are emotional can't have that conversation because they don't know how to separate you giving somebody credit for their win and you just examining also what wrong. That's what boxing is. They got to do it as a team. We're just going off our eyes and what we felt like was off and why we feel like it could be, whether it could be corrected or if it needs to be corrected. It's just a conversation for me. You know what I'm saying? Not something where you want to make excuses. You don't need to do that. You get what I'm saying? Because you want to give credit to both fighters. You know what I'm saying? The winner for sure and the loser for not giving up. You get what I'm saying? And trying his damn hardest, man. You know what I'm saying? He tried. He didn't have it, bro. Didn't have it. It's all good. It's boxing. You get back to it. You go back to the drawing board. You go see what mistakes you made. You assess some things. And you just get back to it. Get right back to it. And that's all. You know what I'm saying? I know it's something it look bad, but hey, man. When you don't have your best night or if you off and things ain't right, you get what I'm saying? You got some things to fix. It's gonna have those moments where you like, damn, you know what I mean? But you got to push through them. And I think that's exactly what he gonna do. His bounce back game, I think, it'd be real, man. I got faith in him, bro. Really do. Spence versus Vargas. The clip has 19 views. What is it? You got the link. If you got the link, I could probably try to play it for you. I ain't scared for a rematch. Like some fans don't. Me neither. I'm not scared for one either. Me neither. I don't know. I ain't trying to be selfish, but I ain't scared for him because he ain't scared for his damn self. And I do believe that adjustments could be made. But I understand anybody feeling like, you know, just whatever. You know what I mean? Don't fight him. Let me see. I got you, man. Let me see some. This channel is thermosticals. Oh, okay. I got you. See what you're saying. Let me see. Y'all smash the like button. Feel me, sub to the channel. But on a good note, on to something else positive outside of the outcome of the fight, you know, they did great numbers from what I'm hearing. Those numbers are accurate, you know. Over 21 million at the gate. I think that's great for boxing. If they did 800K plus pay-per-view buys, I think that's another win for boxing. Get what I'm saying? I think that's another win. I got you, bro. I got you right now. Give me a second. Y'all smash that like button. Give me a second. I'm trying to get, because I know you doing this for the if anything, I can edit it out if I need to. Give me a second, y'all. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Got you. I got you. Give me 1 second. All right, I got you. I got it pulled up. Yeah, I got it pulled up. We're gonna rock it. I'm gonna play this clip for my bro D1 one time, just to look from a sharpness, you know, application and execution standpoint. You get what I'm saying? And how it's just a lot more sharp, responsive, how bro said, like, again, and those things were far off the mark. You get what I'm saying? That's before somebody even does something to you, right? You look a certain way. And that's all I was saying. But yeah, man, we gonna rock this. We gonna rock this. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Y'all smash the like button. We gonna rock out for a little while longer, man. Y'all know how we do. I just wanna see if y'all could see what Brody was speaking about.
Man in the white with the blue. And right now, early on, Samuel Vargas being aggressive.
Balance, reflexes, attentiveness, timing.
Here in round one, scheduled for 10.
Just, you get what I'm saying? Not even so much no shots that he landed, just responsiveness.
Many
like
feel this
will
not be a 10-round fight. Again, Spence landing the jabs, nice left. And again, 2 nice power shots by Spence near the end of round 1 as it ticks down.
What Vargas brings to the table.
Like, this is a guy that has great balance, right? You get what I'm saying?
And
great
there
balance.
It is. Vargas
like
goes to the...
that you just didn't see. You get what I'm saying? Balance all feet look like they was all over the place.
There's nothing.
It's something that you've never seen. That's all. That's the main reason people have questions. People like me anyway have questions. It's not about the loss. That's cool. It's like, damn, as a fighter, you yourself, what you had to offer that night was like something that we've never seen.
Well, the thing, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Your placement of your punches was off. You get what I'm saying? You was damn near hitting the man with low blows.
With all that
you get what I'm saying?
There is a swagger,
but he wasn't complaining. He just kept fighting through it.
If that makes Steve Farhood with us, scoring it unofficially. Spence getting the knockdown and getting a 10-8 round the last time. He has all 2 rounds so far.
Come in with that shag for the rematch.
Like
EJ with that shag. EJ with the shag. But you get the point that my bro was making, man, in terms of how he looked and things like that, right? That's all. I didn't want to kill y'all with it, but just talking about, balance and things that he can control, he just didn't have. You get what I'm saying? King of 147 was good with his happening, I believe. He's just too prideful. Yeah, I think he'll want to make it happen to King of 147 if it's up to him for sure. His balance was off, equilibrium looked like it was shot. It was a lot. It just looked off. You know what I'm saying? But again, salute to the fighters, man. And they brought in over 21 million. If that's accurate, and like I said, that 800K plus is accurate, that's a great spot for boxing. That's why we needed this fight. That's why the fight needed to happen. That shows that the fight wasn't, it didn't marinate too long. People wasn't way past it like they were saying. You get what I'm saying? Long as those numbers are accurate, that's a great sign for boxing. And salute to those guys for finding a way to get it done after all this long, and giving the fans the best fight they could have possibly gave us. You get what I'm saying? Terence Crawford went out there and did everything he said he was going to do. Errol Spence went out there and gave it his all. You know what I mean? Fell short. Somebody had to win. Somebody had to lose. You get what I'm saying? There's no sad stories, man. Errol Spence will be back. And Terence Crawford is just continue to be great. You get what I'm saying? That's what it is. Guys, and not a small thing. Yeah, a little fender bender and shit not too while ago. But, the more you say these things, like people just think that you know what I mean? But yeah. But yeah, salute to him, man. But yeah, that's a great news and in other news for boxing, right? We obviously know who won and who lost and things like that, but what we didn't know, and I think that people were so surprised or enjoying the win because of the guy they rooted for either won, and people were, some were genuinely surprised by the outcome that I think we kind of forgot about. I ain't hear nobody talking about numbers and, how good the fight did and different things like that. I think because everybody was, still thinking about like the outcome. Like, you get what I'm saying? But again, this is why that fight needed to happen for these reasons, obviously, other than to prove who's the best fighter at 147. We found that out Saturday. That's Bud Crawford. There's no shame there. And losing to a guy that showed you, greatness through multiple weight classes and things like that. So you just get back to it, right? And that's all to it. But aside from that, like I said, we're gonna see how all this pan out with Devin Haney and Regis Prograis. Like that's the fight that it seems like he's targeting. Like I said, the WBC has allowed him to go over here and make that move, and they got him listed as a champion in recess. So what that means is after his fight with Regis Prograis, if that's who he's to fight, he's able to then come back down to 135, and he'll be the first one in line for a shot at the WBC title that will be, on somebody else's waist at that point. But it is what it is, man. That's boxing for you, man. The politics is alive and well in this sport, but at the end of the day, the walls are closing in, and I felt like initially when Shakur didn't take the deal, it ended up panning out for him. It ended up being a smart move. You had to take a lot of criticism and backlash, and some of it, understandably so, some of it. But then there was a lot more of it that ain't had nothing to do with boxing that you had to deal with. Now you fast forward to today, you're in a very prime position to be able to deliver and really like start making your mark at 35. You get what I'm saying? You're in a position to not only fight for a vacant title, which is, a good thing because you can be a champion in your third weight class, right? But you get a chance to do it against somebody that's of some substance, of quality, right? Somebody that people could appreciate. Now, if that's going to be a Lomachenko, if he decides to say no, which that'd be crazy if he turned on a title shot to fight for an IBO belt. If he was to fight at Cambosis or something like that, somebody that keep clamoring to fight him in a stadium fight in Australia, people, it would look extremely bad on his behalf. I think if he's offered an opportunity to fight for the title and it's Shakur that he's fighting and he says no, I just don't think that's a good look for him. But, you know, we've seen stranger things in boxing. You get what I'm saying? Maybe he don't want to take that fight. I mean, he hasn't seemed like he wanted it in the past. You know, Shakur has asked for it on a couple of occasions. He's asked for it more recently, some hours ago. Said something to him again about the fight. So let's see if Lomachenko responds with the right energy this time, because I believe the last time, you know, they went through this, he used Devin Haney as a shield, saying he got unfinished business with him. But now that, you know, Devin Haney is, you know, got his focus elsewhere, you get what I'm saying? You're going to have to stand on business. You're either going to have to fight the young boy or you're going to go take an easier fight and be scrutinized, criticized for it. And hopefully, if that's the case, which I hope it's not, because I do want to see Shakur and Loma fight. I would love to see it. But if that's the case, if he says no, then you know, if they saying Frank Martin is next up in line, whether it's a Zepeda, Pitbull, any of those guys, it's any of those fights I want to see. But I would more so want to see Frank Martin and Shakur next if it couldn't be him and Loma. That's me. I think those would be more entertaining than him fighting a Pitbull or even Zepeda to me. So I'm just hopeful that one of those fights get made, one of those top ones, you know, either Frank or Loma. I'm cool with that for Shakur. And they was throwing the date out of there, I think November 16th. I know Bob Arum did say, I did read, and I talked about this, you know, I think a week or so ago, that Bob Arum said, you know, he would get Shakur a major fight before the end of the year. And he threw out the date, the target date around November 16th or something around those lines. So hopefully he stand on that business and he deliver him Lomachenko, because that's the only thing, you know, him or maybe Frank Martin, but hopefully Loma say, yeah, man. I say hopefully because he just, you know, maybe he truly wanted, you know, and thought he was going to get an opportunity to fight Dev in a rematch. But then at the same time, I kind of question that if he really wanted to fight him, or was he really saying no, because he himself already said he didn't think Devin Haney would rematch him. So why would you be asking for him to rematch you if you already feel like he won't fight you again? You get what I'm saying? So it's especially for nothing. So at least you know, if you truly want to fight him, then that's your ticket to fighting him, oddly enough. You get what I'm saying? Or that's the closest thing. That's your best option to getting back to him. You fight Shakur, beat him, and then if he's to come back down and fight you for that title again, then you'll get your opportunity at him again. But other than that, I don't see no other, you know, path right now for Lomachenko to get to Devin Haney. Rather, if he got something to offer, I think you just being beltless and then clamoring for a rematch because you felt like the first fight was competitive or you won it, that's not going to be enough. 2 Cents Boxing, appreciate you in that super chat, Brody. Much love, much appreciation, fam.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
His patience paid dividends, bro. And then the 50-50 split thing was crazy. So, you know, the fact that this came full surface, it looked like the move he pulled, you know, with his team hitting up the sanctioning bodies was a chess move to me. And that's not one that maybe people don't look at it that way, but I do. Like I said, you had to deal with a lot of scrutiny and criticism. Some of it could have been deserving from just not initially taking it right. You know, that there's that conversation, right? And then there's not taking the first offer given to you and, you know, making the one move that you could make, having your people get in touch with them sanctioning bodies, and then trying to negotiate for more. And I told people what was going to happen once he did that. I said, once he did that, now the move is going to be, I'm fighting Regis for sure. And now today, you see what it kind of is. And I think the only roadblock for them is money or something like that. Hopefully they get it worked out so they can fight. But I knew this was going to be the case. I kind of knew this was going to play out like this. I felt like 25% was a smokescreen. That bluff was called when he contacted the sanctioning bodies to go try to negotiate more. Then you went in another direction. And you also told him that you'll come back down to 35 basically and fight him. You get what I'm saying? So, and with this things playing out this way, it works out in Shakur's favor. I think chess is not a checkmate yet because, You still got to get Loma in the ring or a credible guy in the ring and be able to fight for that vacant title, win that. And if he's to come back down and you fight him and beat him, then that'll be a checkmate. But right now, you still made a chess move to me, in my opinion, by making the right move and not accepting, not being eager to accept anything, not being desperate. You get what I'm saying? So I can appreciate it, seeing how things shaped out, but I can understand the small bit of criticism for initially not just accepting it and calling his bluff and proving him wrong right then and there. I get that, but it's also after that, it's life got to go on, right? And once life goes on, now you see how things has kind of came together and materialized. And again, he's in a very good position. So the only thing he got to do as a fighter is stay focused, get in the ring, and beat somebody's ass. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. No things you had to take down. Caleb playing slap because of the violence or whatever. Oh man, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's why I be trying to edit stuff up a certain way. So they don't get what I'm saying. It's weird that's like that. It's weird. I don't care what anyone says. The Cruz had a big time ring rust Saturday. That's the worst I seen him. Yeah, he looked off. He looked off. I think so too, Aisha. I think it was a very smart move. I think it was a smart move, bro. I said, little Shakur. I think it was a smart move from him. You get what I'm saying? And again, you know, notice me, Joe. I know how to talk about this without having to slight or tear a guy down. Like, it ain't even about the rhetoric. It's about just what's happening and how I feel like it's all come together. And I feel like this is part of being patient. You get what I'm saying? I feel like patience was a virtue in this situation, and it could potentially, you know, have some good outcomes, some very good outcomes. And at the end of the day, not even just for him as an individual fighter, because I rock with him, right? More importantly, boxing continues and they can deliver great fights. Because say he goes fight Regis, great fight there, right? Meaningful fight is a good fight, right? Good fight. And then Shakur, you fight a Loma or possibly Frank Martin. Just those thoughts alone are not great fights. And that's all I really want to see anyway. You get what I'm saying? I don't care about putting jackets on fighters. I don't care about a lot of the rhetoric and the back and forth. I just like to see the fights. And this is how you get them, man. This is how you get them. And I think, you know, by guys standing on business, and I think we're going to see that real soon. So hopefully him and Regis work out whatever it is they need to work out so they can fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the fight you clearly focused on. And that's the one it seemed like you want. So, you know, I don't have no problem with that. Go ahead and get that Regis smoke. Go ahead. Go ahead and get that Regis smoke, man. Joshua Keeble, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. Yeah, it actually is. And I know it, you know, people it didn't like, you know, it's record right, Joshua. Just let it go. Just let boxing continue, right? And I know it's an unorthodox way because people feel like they stripped Devin Haney for this to happen. But in the essence, like, if you think about it, if you already really was going to fight this dude saying you'll come back before they did this, you was already saying you'll come back down and fight at 35 too. Gangster, that's what you said to Shakur. So in essence, you're telling him you'll still come back down and fight him. So this is pretty much putting you in a situation where you can still do that. Because I'm telling you, I ain't trying to put the cart before the horse. I think he beats Loma or Frank Martin. Shakur does, in my opinion. And I think that would leave, you know, regardless of what happened with Dev and Regis, if he wants to come back down, Shakur will be right there. And it'll be a fight that you said you wanted anyway. So, you get what I'm saying? And you'll be able to take the belt from him that he just got. Boo, man, talk about, get what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? Go beat up Regis at 140, come back down. And being that they made me the champion in recess and you fought for my vacant title, you could talk crazy. And then I come down there and beat you up. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different way to look at it, right? It's not it don't have to be a bad thing for Devin, but I don't think he coming back down once he go up. That's me. I care for Devin. They have been strict with him. Yeah, right. They have been. They was very quick. I will say that. I will acknowledge that and be real to say they was very quick with this in a sense, right? They was very quick with this. Because I guess in a sense, like, you get what I'm saying? Canelo did the same thing. They didn't have an issue with him doing it, right? So that right off the top, that's who comes to mind. Canelo jumping up weight classes, not defending his titles, and they're not bothering him one bit. But I don't know. I just don't, and I think I do know, but we know what's up. You get what I'm saying? But it is obviously a double standard or something there. So, right, Joshua, this is one of the best years, absolutely, hands down, in boxing. It is. Dante, all boxing talk says Shakur beat Martin easy to me. I think he beats him convincingly as well. Dante was. Appreciate you, D1. Much love, man. Enjoy that dinner with the fam. Oh, Mike Biggs boxing, my brother. What's good with it, family? Price Boy 85 was good. Why you keep saying you coming back down? We all know that's a lie. I was about to say, damn, what I say? What I lied about? I just read the end of it. I was like, damn, I lied here to y'all. But yeah, I think, you know what? Just to cut him some slack, I'll say, Price Boy, I think when he says that, I think he's speaking like a fighter. And I think he's saying something that he know fans will want to say. I think it's an effort to try to please the people. Not saying that he wouldn't be willing to do it, but I think ultimately, like, once you go up and you see how you feel and you really sit down with your team and consider things, I think it would be very risky and possibly unnecessary to go back down and challenge yourself, you know, for that. But other than the fact that you said it. So, I mean, if you do it, then cool. But if not, I know some people going to be on his helmet, but I feel like as long as he made great fights, I'm cool. JusDueBoxing was an easy going guy. I just want to see the fight so we could talk about who won, who lost, how great it was. I like a little trash talk in between. You get what I'm saying? But I just like to see the great fights so we could really know who's the best. Like, we can go back and forth all day, but the only way we're going to find out is let's push for these fights. Let's talk about them. Let's show genuine interest in them and hope that the boxing voices, you know, the voices, the powers that be, should I say, of boxing, hear the people. You know what I'm saying? We support great products, right? Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, a fight we wanted. We supported it, right? The numbers, the gate, all that should show that. I was at home. I paid my money for it. You get what I'm saying? I didn't steal it. I didn't stream it. I'm pretty sure all of y'all did the same thing. Boxing is winning, bro. Let's just keep the momentum going. Let's keep building on these great fights. Got Regis or Deb can never bring a lot of money. A lot of Kevin. Not much. That's the only reason money rules everything. True. Regis or Deb is tricky, right, Joe? Because I did just see Regis last outing, but I don't want to be a prisoner at the moment. I think it could be a tricky fight for both of them, right? For it being Deb's first fight at 140 and dealing with a guy that's actually more closer to his size. You know, pretty good, real puncher, you know what I mean? Champion, a very experienced guy, and Regis Prograis, right? I think that could be a tricky fight in your first fight at the weight class without acclimating, right? But on the flip end, seeing the areas where Regis lacks, right? You know, obviously foot speed, you know, footwork, things like that, very short arms, and, you know, cutting the ring, things like that. He can do these things, but, you know, you seem to have an issue with the moving. Right, the movement of a fighter, you know, Dad will be doing that all night. So with him having them shorter arms, I could see that being a challenging fight for him in terms of trying to deal with a boxer like Dad moving around. But on the flip end, you know, it's gonna be moments Dad gonna have to fight him. So is he gonna get caught when he sit down and fight a little bit? You get what I'm saying? Or is he just gonna completely try to keep him on the outside for 12 rounds and outbox the hell out of him, right? So I don't know exactly what I got, but it's still a 50-50 to me. You get what I'm saying? It can go either way, man. But, you know, once they actually sign it and make it still, I start to really analyze some stuff further and see who I really pick. But I wouldn't be surprised either way, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Dad finds a way to outbox him. I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? We respect the truth, right? Salute to my bro, man. Y'all got Navarrete Valdez. I want to say I could see Valdez clipping him, yo, Navarrete, because how he throw them uppercuts from the basement, like Mortal Kombat. Throw them Mortal Kombat style uppercuts, man. He get on my nerves with them uppercuts, Navarrete, man. But Valdez, he load up a lot. He do got a nice heavy jab. He just throw a lot of power shots to me. Sometimes he don't show enough variation. He be very predictable sometimes, man. But I don't know. Valdez might clip Navarrete, man. Valdez might clip him. Anthony Joshua versus White. Both fights in August. Versus White. Yeah, man. Joshua should win that one again. 20s doing. Twin doing this right now. Fighting Canelo, yeah, Twin doing this thing, man. That's a tough one. Might lean towards Valdez. Me too. And yeah, that reach, hell, the reach. You know, height don't fight, but reach can teach, man. Devin Haney got that reach. He got a very disciplined jab to offset Regis. But my thing is, the difference is, like, I know people seen this Zorilla fight, and they like, man, you see how he looked against him? That dude could punch better than what people are talking about. Zorilla, and I think he caught Regis with a shot, definitely that got his respect. So Regis had to be careful while he was working his way in. I think when he was cutting off the ring successfully, he wasn't doing the right things once he got there, like going to the dude's body. I think he was head hunting. You know what I mean? He just was off on the night. He had an off night in the office too. Regis did. But yeah, height don't fight him, but reach can teach, bro. But we're gonna see, man. So I could say if he can't keep, Regis off of him, that could be risk. That can be a dangerous fight. You get what I'm saying? He said he got dead by 1,000 jabs. Right, Valdez win was a good one for Shakur. People act like that win was nothing. Hell yeah, I mean, people don't want to have a conversation how close, that was really like his first 50-50 fight for real. But they don't want to admit it. You know what I mean? They think 50-50 just mean, Shakur is more skillful than him. Yeah, but think about how he was winning, who he was beating, when he was coming off, I believe, at the time. And just, I don't know, just, you can't say nobody else beat him to this point, and ain't nobody beat him like that for sure. So it's crazy, man. It's a kid that fights tall. Yeah, he do. And he definitely use the length and things like that to stay away from Regis for sure. That's Canelo, Charlo venue and date been confirmed yet? I don't think so. Just yet, RSV. I think they still working that out. I haven't heard all the details. I just heard the date. I just heard September 30th, I believe. Regis. Well, Devin got no pop. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what could make it dangerous, Price Boy. If he can't get the respect of Regis, then he ain't gonna be as careful as he was with Zorilla when he's coming in. He gonna be a lot more careless, and he ain't gonna carry more balls to the wall kind of situation with him. And you can't take Regis overhand. I'm telling you, don't get caught with that. That'd be dangerous. That'd be dangerous because how Regis will approach the fight. Dev's movement, his jab, and things like that. How would he deal with it? How much would Dev's punching power affect him? How much respect he can gain from Regis? Because that's one of the most important things of the fight for me. It's very important for Dev to establish the respect and make Regis respect him. You can't just have a guy in there that don't respect you at all, because it could get dark for you in there. It can get spooky. Especially because it's like at some point it's a fight. You're going to get hit. You get what I'm saying? So just, you got to come together. You got to come out there with a game plan and execute it. But don't be scary and timid, though, because that'll get you hurt, too. Can't take a Regis overhand. Regis overhand might hurt him. Even in a fight against Zepeda, throwing that jab far from too far. Yeah. Shakur never been in 50-50. I say Valdez is closest to it to me with the circumstances surrounding it. Wasn't he a multi-division champion and shit like that? I think people just throw all that stuff out the window because they know how talented Shakur is. But I think that was it just closest to it as you could get. People just don't acknowledge it because you expected Shakur to win. But that doesn't determine if a fight is 50-50 or not, if you just expect a guy to win, just because you expect him to win. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was his first real test. I just think, like how many people could say they got a Valdez on their record? You know what I'm trying to say? And I ain't trying to say the best thing in the world, but at the time he was kicking some ass, undefeated, knocking people out, almost everybody. Undefeated knockout artist with multiple division champion. You get what I'm saying? I think people just throw that out the window and be like, yeah, he still wasn't nobody, right? Just based off what? You get what I'm saying? We don't give fighters in boxing enough credit. You get what I'm saying? We just really don't. We really don't. We just don't give them enough credit. What they do is not easy. So to me, I think that was his closest in terms of him having a 50-50 because of what the circumstances with this dude being an undefeated knockout artist, 2-division champ at the time. You get what I'm saying? He was smoking shit. You get what I'm saying? Just think about that. He was smoking shit. That fight was bigger than what people give credit to because that's not the guy they rock with. But I'm telling you now, if Devin Haney fought Oscar Valdez, people would be and beat his ass every round. They'd love it. They'd be clamoring. They'd be talking about the win. They'd be saying that. They'll be factoring that in as one of his notable wins. It's a notable win. I'll say that, man. But again, all that could be put to bed if Loma get in there, right? And it's already showing you that it's levels. Like Loma already showing you the respect he got with Shakur. Already kind of turning the fight down, talking about you got somebody else. Imagine somebody calling you out and you talking about you got business with another person that just beat you. And y'all it ain't been no further negotiations with you fighting that person again. But you pushing you get what I'm saying? Somebody knocking at your door for the smoke, but you pointing to another guy. But I want to fight him. What about the guy that want to fight you? That should tell you something. I'm telling you, bro. That man's problem with southpaws. Yeah, it might be his Achilles heel. Exactly. Regis was real respectful last fight. He was. Ken James was good with Let's Go Boots beat. We smoked the Bud Pack soon. Ken James, man, I think he got one of the best chances realistically from a skill and athleticism standpoint. The question I would have is how much would the experience factor of Bud Crawford play into a fight if they were to lock up and fight? You get what I'm saying? Boots and I. Boots the next up, man. I don't think he should have to have another fight. No more than one more fight without getting some type of opportunity at some titles, bro, for real. One more fight in this title for Boots. Gotta be. People can't keep saying he ain't ready. That's the same you could say for every single fighter until they're given an opportunity, and somebody has to give them an opportunity. And the issue is only one guy got all the titles. What do you want him to keep doing? Those run-of-the-mill fighters can't beat him. Like, can anybody say they can honestly pick like a Stanionis to beat him? Like, who's going to beat Boots? Virgil is uncertain. His future is uncertain. Definitely at 147. Oscar said he's going to 54 whenever he do return. So, get what I'm saying? The pickings are very slim, and that man won a title, and he deserved it. I'm not trying to force Terence Crawford to fight him, but that's the obligation that you have when you're a champion. You got to fight the next guy up. You get what I'm saying? As much as like, oh, let him rest. He just had a big fight. He ain't take no punishment in that damn fight. So if they don't rematch for whatever reason, if that's just to not happen because it's not in the plans or whatever the case, or even if that does happen, you get what I'm saying? Like, if you're still at 47 with them titles, I think you got to get that man a shot. Back work call. Appreciate you, Will. Appreciate you, bro. I was just wrapping up, man. I was towards the end. Just wanted to have a nice little build, man, on what was going on that I seen out here, man. It's going to be fun to see how everything transpire. Yeah, in 31 fights, you get what I'm saying? Price Boy, what they going to keep saying? Yo, he ain't ready. Somebody got to give him a shot. Yo, that's corny to keep saying that. And that lets me know that people be fearful of the matchup because they start saying things like that. Oh, he's not ready. Won't he go fight somebody else? No, won't he go fight your man? Fight your man. Like, why is he how many of these guys, how many of these fights is going to have to take before you get a title shot, bro? Think about it. Over 30 fights, he definitely need a shot. And he deserve it. One of the hardest workers you got. He always in shape, lived the fighter's lifestyle, ain't never whining about money, ain't never been a diva. Don't be crying for attention. Ain't no attention whore. Like, he get in there and handle business. Why wouldn't you want to fight a young phenom? Know what I mean? Somebody give him a shot. But we going to see, man. We're going to see. Like I said, boxing's in a good place. I hope it keep delivering because 2023 has been an interesting year, a great year for the sport of boxing, man. And salute to Bud and EJ for bringing in that $21 million gate. And I think that's the sixth highest in Vegas, and they're below Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. So salute to them boys. And this is in the same year, y'all. This is in the same year. So boxing is winning. Then you still got Canelo and Charlo. People talking about Benavidez and Andre. You're talking about Shakur and possibly Loma, Devin Haney and Regis. Like, you get what I'm saying? The year ain't over. You got a potential wilder fight before the year out. Like, man, boxing is winning and delivering, man. Give me $1 million, I'll take the decapitation. Right, man. Give me a cool milli, man. Nah, Will, they gotta pay us a couple mil, man. They got it. Nah, they gotta give us a few milli for that knock, for that nap. Know what I'm saying? Give me a few milli for that good old nap. I'll take that nap. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that good old nap. Big Dog Willie, my brother. What's good with it, family? Yeah, 2023 has been a great year since 2008. Man, I'm telling you, man, great year, in fact, bro. Facts. Great year, boxing. Canelo, what's good with it, Brody? How you feel? He said, buddy's the hardest guy to ever make a fight with. Difficult guy, man. Difficult, Budrick. Budrick, you're difficult, man. You difficult. But, man, yeah, man, salute the boxing, man. It's winning, we winning. You know, that $21 million gate was dope, man. Especially if they got the 800 plus K, the 800K plus pay-per-view buys. That's dope. That tells you that this fight needed to be made for several reasons. I hope Canelo and Charlo do some numbers similar, or if not better. I'd love to see it. It'd be dope. Great for boxing as well. And let's just see how, you know, things shake out between Regis and Dev and Shakur if Loma say yes. And they fight for this vacant WBC title. Like these dudes said, then look, man, let me see it. Give it to me. Give it to me. You dig? I'm feeding there. Why the connects? Facts. Well, we're going to go with the whole joint. You know what I mean? Go right out with it, man. Right out. Right out, man. But salute to everybody in the building, man. Y'all punch that like button for me on the way out, man. We just gave boxing its just due, as we always do every day, man. Appreciate all the family. Salute to everybody in the super chat, man. Appreciate y'all family, man. We gonna keep rocking, man. We gonna see what's next. Can't wait to see what's next for the rest of boxing, man. We gonna see. So with that, man, much love and appreciation to everybody, man. Salute to y'all. Salute to the family in the building, man. We just gonna keep grinding, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, sub to the channel, turn them notifications on if you haven't. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Just got through cooking again, man. Much love and appreciation to all y'all. Peace to the Queen Aisha, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all good Wednesday. And we're right back at it tomorrow. Thursday, 4 o'clock. Y'all know how we do. So with that, man, we up out of here, family. Peace, y'all.